I'm a running gun from the break of the sun. Gotta cut 'em off and get in front. I can't sit in a trance, I take the chance till I find one that wants to dance, son. Sometimes I wonder about my never-ending hunger for chasing thunder.
Hey, welcome back. Mossy Oak's Turkey Season Live right here on the Mossy Oak GO app. It's always the best content and it's always free. What's not to like? I know you enjoyed last week. Let's jump in to see what's on board this week.
So here we go, another season of the Avian X Turkey Tour. I absolutely love doing the tour. I always say I like to deer hunt, love to turkey hunt. Hopefully that shows throughout the next several installments. We're getting it kicked off this year. We're late March, we're down in Texas, and I promise you it's an episode you're going to love. It's up close and in your face, just the way we like them.
We're down here in Texas. We spotted a bird about 200 yards across this flat. There's a big brush pop by. Austin's catching up now, but we're gonna try and get over there with that turkey, get in his roundhouse and show him the trophy tom. You ready, buddy? Well, let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Literally middle of the day. Wade is on the main camera and Austin's behind us getting a second view. This bird had hens with him. Anytime I'm in that situation, I try to pour it on with the calling. You're gonna hear some very high-pitched calling with the new Ghost Tongue. It's a new series we're doing for HS, the Drury Outdoors series. This bird finally sees the trophy toms. I continue to pour the calling on, and he ended up in our labs.
Oh my goodness. Boys, what did we just do?
We just crushed one.
That was awesome. Did y'all both get it?
Oh yeah.
Did you get it?
Oh yeah, it was good.
Oh my word.
Dude, that was awesome.
That was as pretty as a real grand turkey can possibly be. We got in his roundhouse and he came so quick. Made him gobble there close. Everyone's like your first one. That's the magic of this stuff. That is the magic. Thanks guys for both being here. That was cool.
Fun.
Good work. That was
Nice.
awesome, guys. Wade, good work.
Good job, buddy.
Eight steps. 8 yards. Perfect. Nice, pretty Rio Grande turkey down here. Probably a 2-year-old or 3-year-old, and he marched in there like he was a 10-year-old. We were on our annual avian turkey tour, and this one was just unbelievable. Middle of the day, basically high noon, and I mean, he came in and just ate it up. Ended up shooting this turkey at 8 steps, did some high-pitched pleading calling, trying to get him stirred up, and I mean, he came in full strut, and I mean, it was just textbook the way he came in. It's one thing to show them that particular decoy at 200. It's a different thing to show them that within their comfort zone. You get in there and chances are this might be the end result. It worked absolutely perfect. The old turkey tour gobbles on. Wow. This particular call is the next one I'm going to talk about. This is the Tongue Cutter Plus. So it's very similar to the cutter call in that it again is 3 reeds. They're very thin. The spacing is very tight. One of the things that we focused on to make sure that they were easy to blow. Thin reeds, spaced tightly, give you a nice high-low break, and they're also easy to blow. So we wanted you to use less air, but get very realistic sounds. Myself, Paul Butsky, Terry, we all talked about it and we said, this series has to be realistic. This is a call that I use a lot whenever I'm hunting. It's very easy to blow. It's a cutter call, and then there's also a little V slice on the side. This is the Tongue Cutter Plus. If I had a candle in front of me, it would barely move. I'm not using much air, yet you still get a very realistic sound. Easy to use, realistic sound, that's the key. Okay, 77 degrees and we're heading out for an afternoon hunt. We're going into a known flat where these birds come up this bottom as they're heading to roost. I don't like to sit the actual roost, I like to be off of it a little bit. So we're gonna put the HDR Jake out as well as the breeding hen, and then just sit there in the brush, let our Mossy Oak do its trick, and cross our fingers. If things work out, we should have a really, really nice hunt tonight. We've killed birds down here in the past, and we'll be ready for them if they come through. Well, this is our first inspection. That's it.
We'd been doing some calling about every 15 minutes and it didn't take long. We had some hens come in and they come right past us on this little lower shelf, and then the gobbler was trailing them. So at this point, they've already passed us. He's looking for his hens. I'm sitting there yelping a little bit on one of the new HS calls. It's a Tongue Cutter Plus. He's looking, he sees the Jake, he sees the hen, and then he starts to hold up just a little bit. And you'll see him eventually break and come in. It's when I finally showed him the Trophy Tom that he broke and came straight to that HDR Jake on top of that breeding hen. Right in our face, and we love that point of view stuff out there at the decoys. Check out this incredible scene. I generally call a little bit more to Rio Grandes than I do Easterns. They seem to be a little bit more vocal, and through the years I've just had a little bit more luck pouring it on to these turkeys, keep their interest, and I wanted to make sure he could see us up there with that Trophy Tom and then of course the HDR Jake.
Was that a show? Can you believe that just went down, Wade?
Awesome stuff.
All those hens. And we thought for sure he was gonna follow. And I finally said, what do we got to lose? And I threw up the trophy top. And I mean, he came on a beeline straight at us. Sitting here, burrowed in our little bird's nest. And he had no clue we were here. And he's laying dead right there. He literally died right into the camera. Wow. That is a double down here in the state of Texas, 2 days apart. One during the middle of the day going to them, and the other one, him coming to us. Wow. Are we having some luck with these avians? I'm telling you what, it really, this is our 30th anniversary, and here we are with decoys that literally look lifelike. I can't imagine what kind of footage we'd have had back in the day if we'd have had these decoys. Because it's just incredible. It's revolutionized yet again how we approach our setups, because you have so much confidence in the decoys. Regardless of what you do, they work. It's amazing. It's 2 down, baby.
Good shot, Mark. Fun stuff.
The turkey tour rolls on. We've had some fun here in the Lone Star State.
DeerCast is giving you the chance to hunt with Mark and Terry Drury. Head over to deercast.com to enter.
You know, here at Mossy Oak, our passion for turkey hunting has been in our blood for a long, long time. And that deep-seated passion watered the roots for our very first camouflage over 30 years ago. And that passion is still growing today with our National Wild Turkey Federation obsession pattern, which in our opinion is as close as you can get to disappearing in the spring woods. Mossy Oak Obsession, the official camouflage of the National Wild Turkey Federation.
That was awesome.
So episode 2.
Yeah, man.
You guys left Mississippi the other day in Betty.
A wet, rainy Mississippi.
Yeah, wet rain and not really knowing what to expect in South Georgia, because typically it's like not,
Right.
exactly what you want.
Although I can say,
we didn't know what we were coming to.
one thing I knew Trey had been getting ready for our arrival for weeks.
Speaking of Trey, where is he?
Spencer, I've been getting ready from day one.
Can't see him, he's got his camouflage
You called
on.
me the first day, Spencer. I've been ready. I've been waiting.
Hey, 1 day Trey. That's
I
it.
like that.
1 day Trey.
All right. So let's regain some control here for just a second. This is Trey Sears. He's running the show at Jeb's Choke Tubes, and we're in South Georgia.
You can believe that.
Yeah, this guy runs the show.
I'd like to remain anonymous for my customer service calls.
Right.
Folks. Thank you.
I take his name back. His name rhymes with Ray Fears.
We're in the Georgia Pines and we're pretty pumped. We're like, how far? Like 10 minutes? 15?
6.
We're 6 minutes from our lodging destination. Gonna get checked in and get settled in. We're gonna meet up with some Jeb's guys, I think, this evening.
Yeah.
Hopefully maybe shoot our guns a little bit.
Good news is that finally the sun's out. We haven't seen the sun in 3 days, and it's 77 degrees.
Yeah, pretty
And
nice.
And the other good thing is that we're about 500 miles from where we are, and Betty hadn't broke down yet. So
Yeah. There has been a couple of times where it's made some noises that were like, is this truck gonna make it to our first destination?
But we know how
Not
to
really
fix
sure.
it. We know how to fix it. Just turn the radio louder, and then you don't hear those things. It was like, oh yeah, nothing to hear here.
No, we're pumped though. It is a lot warmer down here and a lot sunnier, which is nice for turkeys in early season.
Yeah.
So we have gotten some intel from several guys that we know down here. They say the turkeys are doing it pretty good, so we're pretty pumped.
Insane wings. Oh, that's great.
Classic.
That is so good.
I wish it was open. I don't want to go there just because of the name. What is the slogan up there? Don't be hangry, go insane.
Go insane.
Don't go hangry, go insane. Come in insane wings. Dude, that is so classic. Looks like we're here.
We rolled in on Monday evening.
Yeah.
Season here opened on Saturday, and we're eating dinner, and Trey says, I got it all figured out. I know where y'all are gonna go. I know where y'all are gonna go. And just before we tell any more of the story, how many times have you heard that? Like, this is what we're gonna do.
Here's where we're going. Yeah. Y'all are going
6 Longbeards here, 4 over there.
You know exactly where they're gonna fly down. It's like, oh yeah, sure. Okay,
Yeah.
sure, yeah. And that's exactly what happened.
We exchanged pleasantries.
In a nutshell, I mean,
It really did.
Yeah.
We were
It was
walking-
not really a hunt. Let's say that.
It was textbook.
It was.
Well, it's gathering. We were gathering.
Yeah,
That's what we were doing. But it was funny. We were on the way to, where we were going to end up hunting, and I looked over at Pender and Lovey. I said, "What time is it?" They said, "I don't know." I said, "Well, my turkeys know me. They start gobbling at 7." And they said, "You sure?" I said,
Well, it's 7.
"Oh!" They just come alive.
they did.
Gosh. Look like the welcoming session during the Baptist church service when it's like everybody turn and greet your neighbor. Trey went through the gate
Exactly.
and greeted everybody.
I was the bishop. I was
Yeah.
giving it.
Good morning, Tommy. Good morning, Rocky and Barry.
Yes, sir. Miss
So-
Jackson, how are you doing over there?
It's our first morning in Georgia, and we got turkeys gobbling all around us. But the one we set up on is more to our right. But now that they're on the ground, the one's gobbling gooder to the left. So we're trying to decide, should we turn, should we not turn, should we turn, should we not turn?
So at this point, are y'all believers yet?
I was like, well, he knows where they're
He knew where they were. Yeah.
He was still a little skeptical because on the video you'll see, he said, "Is he coming over here?" Or is he
Yeah,
coming
it's
over there?"
true. It's true. Yeah.
That's because we didn't know which one was going to get there first. Like, are they here?
We sat up and I was on the gun, and so they're all behind me, and I'm like facing right where the turkey was roosted. Well, then turkey started gobbling over here and gobbling real good, and they were going like way to the left.
They really were.
So I turn around. I'm thinking all the like. I'm already anxious. I'm like, we need to get over there.
Right.
Reset up.
It
So I
did.
turn around. I'm like,
that way.
Do we need to get up and do it? Should we reposition?
he's like, he was just doing this. He's like, I was like, I guess that means stay here. They're gonna come. I was like, I don't know what that means, but I guess I'm just gonna sit here.
To be in college 10 years, I didn't major in sign language. If it, basket weaving, yes. Sign language, no.
I was just guessing that's what that meant.
Yeah, I was trying to give it. He's out on third.
Yeah. Yeah, they're coming to the left. Coming to the left. They're going to the right. Swinging to the right. They're gonna come to the decoys. Yeah, they're gonna come to the decoys. Here we go. There he is, there he is.
boom. I was like, dude, I'm for sure gonna shoot a deer. There's so many deer back there. Boom! That was awesome. I think Trey knew exactly where these turkeys would be this morning. I was like, I don't think he's gonna stick around any longer. I was waiting for as long as I could, man. I wanted to shoot him like 10 times back there in the woods. I was like, if I was hunting without a camera, oh yeah, I could see him coming forever up there. And when they got behind these brushes, when I kept moving.
Dude, and the deer was just creeping.
Oh, I know. They're like deer after deer after deer after deer.
The turkey hunter in you had to be dying.
He already had the safety out.
The boogan.
Oh, you don't even know. I was so proud of him, y'all do not know. I thought we would have to have a skinning knife for days. If you look by, they was just cat, squirrels, and deer, and blue jays flying. I said, he is going to take them all out.
To like 12 different times, like if I wasn't hunting with a camera, that turkey would already be dead.
That was awesome, man.
I wanted to shoot him so bad.
That's a good one.
Oh, it's awesome, dude.
Exactly.
That's exactly. Hey, dude. Thanks, bro.
Oh, yes, sir.
You knew exactly where these turkeys would be. That's about as good a hunt as you can get in Georgia, the whole state of Georgia.
I think he's leaking a little. Look at that.
Yeah, I think you put it right to him on that.
Yeah, I mean he's leaking hair. I'd say those Boss shells shoot pretty good.
Look where he took it all right there. My wife got me all about these angles. There it is. 1, 2, 3.
My wife's got me all about these angles. So I cut at him and he gobbled, and that was my opportunity.
And then he was dead.
And then he was dead, very dead.
And then we were dancing.
Oh, yeah.
We did do a little dance.
We
Do
cut a
not
rug.
put these past these two to cut a rug right now.
Yeah, they can do it.
That's the Pentecostal.
They had a little shimmy shake in them.
Little Ozark high
Especially this
stepping.
one right here. I'm telling you.
And what was funny was because we're sitting there, and as this is all going on, we heard a shot, and we were like,
Yeah.
that sounds like the other guys.
But I said, surely they're not with me.
Yeah,
that was not.
exactly. We were like, we shot really early, so there's no way they shot before we did.
I was like, that
Because
was
you
Spencer.
and
There's
Mr.
no
Bobby
way
were
they
over
called
on
him
the
that
other
close.
side.
Oh yeah, no, there wasn't no way.
This is no joke. I even told Trey, I said, hey, send him a text and say you're behind. Little did I know that
I did swear
we were behind.
I got the picture while I was texting, and it said 2. I said,
Well, you'll have to.
Delete that.
So you'll have to stay
Never
tuned.
heard of her.
You'll have to stay tuned for next week at next week's episode, because Mr. Bobby and I made a pretty good team here in Georgia. So we're gonna let y'all do the first interview, but we're gonna have the last dance. Thank you, Trey.
Cha-ching, my man. Thank you, sir.
Just go ahead and get your knife greased up.
Thank you, sir. Fire up the grease and put the babies to bed.
Sometimes I wonder about my never-ending hunger for chasing thunder.
The word obsession encompasses the mindset of everyone at Mossy Oak. We obsess over hiding from, chasing, and conserving the critters we pursue. In this episode, we follow Mossy Oak's founder, Toxie Hayes, as we take a look at how his obsession for turkey hunting made Mossy Oak the company that it is today. This is The Obsessed.
So I'll soak it up for a minute. So, it's late March in the south. Everything's budded out, blooming. You can hear birds. There's just so much more singing. Flowers are blooming. I saw some wild azaleas that already bloomed this morning. All the trees are leafed out already. It's a really early spring. Just rained last night, and it's just fresh and clean and clear, and it's such a rush to be out in it this time of year. That's the couple of real constants in my life have been the outdoors and nature, raised on a farm, and then at a very young age, following my dad in the woods and experiencing this. And it's just part of my whole DNA of me and what I'm all about. From the first turkey hunt, it just changed me forever. There's so much shock and awe in the gobble, especially down here in the South where they just explode. It does something to you, and everybody out there that hunts knows it. I'm not the only one. But it's everything else that goes along with it. Namely, two things would be nature and God, and then family. With my dad, me on his hip, that was our thing. When I had kids, that was our thing. They're in their 30s now, it's still our thing. It's just the glue. I don't know how to say it any better.
When you hunted with your dad, you could see, just looking at him, sitting there when y'all were turkey hunting together.
Oh, we had to build blinds, and make this big production out of, we might go to a gobbling turkey and take 10 minutes to get set up and couldn't get where we needed to. And, I would look over at him and I was thinking, Daddy had on stuff that just matched that old tree just perfect. He wouldn't have to go through this. He could just sit where he wanted to. The truth is, with all this stuff going on with the Mossy Oak brand today, none of it would have ever happened without my dad taking me turkey hunting. None of it would have happened without me wanting to come up with something to make me invisible to turkeys, for lack of a better word. None of it. And at the root of that was that inner need for me to be one with nature like we try to do with everything. But if it wasn't for turkey hunting, there wouldn't be a Mossy Oak. It's that important. I coined a phrase that just kind of popped in my head years ago when this modern day bottomland craze started back so strongly. We always kept wearing it, but I said there's something about spring turkey season that kind of brings out the bottomland in all of us. And kind of what I meant by that is it's become that symbol of what we love, what we live for so many of us. The whole bottomland piece is that it's actually not even just us, it's everybody's pattern. It's their own individual special relationship with God, nature, outdoors, my favorite sport, whether it be turkey hunting or elk hunting or deer hunting. This time slips by, it's gone. And so when you can get that connection with nature and outdoors and spend that time, and it's just a piece that you get through it. It's hard to explain unless you've been out there. Closer. Oh, he's coming. He's coming. Oh, he's coming. I see him. I see one of them. I see him going to the right. He's right behind that fork tree. All right, he's starting to go to the right. He's going to go to the right side of it. I know. Say when. I know. Okay. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I lost touch since last year how much I love this. Oh, it's bittersweet. What a hunt. Oh my gosh. It's a big 2-year-old, maybe a 3-year-old. Yeah, probably a 3-year-old. Oh my gosh. I think that now that I'm getting older, I realize that I got programmed as a little kid. We all do get programmed for a lot of what we're like. You know, my dad was my hero, and he still is. Just hanging on his every word, his every move. He loved it so much, and then when he started to take me with him, I got programmed as a kid. I didn't have a chance to be any other thing than I am today, and loving this. It's a miracle. The whole Mossy Oak story is just a miracle. And so today, I live for that time outdoors. I know it's a cliche, but with God and nature and family and the ones I love and the things I love, namely the wild turkey. There's just something I can't put into words that makes it my top pastime and obsession. I'm Toxie Hayes, and it's springtime in the South, and I am obsessed.
What's up, guys? We are here at one of our farms here in Mississippi. It's February 20th. And if anyone is from Mississippi watching this or the South knows that we have had some crazy weather. It's been snowing, icy, all sorts of stuff. And we were gonna come here and do a little turkey prep this week, and it just so happened to be the week that the Arctic came south. So it's had us on hold for a few days with the ice and snow and the cold temps, stuff like that, but we're able to get out here today and do a little stuff. We had this, I'll show you what we're looking at right now. I mean, this used to be, many years ago, it used to be a big chufa patch. So we got the idea to come in here and do some chufas here after turkey season. But we figured since we're gonna go ahead and turn the ground after turkey season that we might as well clean it now, because this is doing us absolutely no good as far as turkeys go. Best case scenario, we're gonna come in here and burn this, but you know, sometimes when you don't have, you know, full rights to a place, you kind of get away with what you can get away with. Well, this is the first field we were working on. We weren't able to get it all turned up when we were bush hogging the other day, so Dad came back a couple days later and got it turned up. He had to run over this field a good bit because this is where we were knocking over some of those little saplings and stuff. This had grown up, I mean, close to 15, 20 foot tall some places. But we got it cut and turned up. Looks really good.
It wouldn't come home.
What'd you do?
Nothing, but I tried to turn it off, but I couldn't turn it off, and she just sat down right there. But Tyler's got that right there, and I'm gonna throw it up, and when I throw it up, he's gonna hit the on button.
Y'all done broke my drone.
It ain't broke. I told Phil he probably didn't need to fly, but he insisted.
I did not touch that thing. It ain't nothing wrong.
No, it started flashing red on the front, so we just kind of let it hover right above the ground.
What does that mean?
I guess that means it's dying.
Well, we're trying to get you to take that buzzard up there.
Yeah. We was chasing a buzzard.
Is there from a turkey?
Huh?
Is there from a turkey?
I don't think so. What we about to do, Colt?
Shoot guns.
Huh?
Mm.
You gonna shoot the gun? He's fired up. What's up, guys? It is March, I think the 2nd or 3rd, but we are closer and closer by the day. But it says March 3rd, but we're out here, our place here in Callahan, Florida, and about to shoot some guns. We got a new addition this year. The new TriStar Viper G2, put a little Vortex Venom on it. But it's brand new, only been shot a couple times. But I'm gonna take you through, I guess, my way of sighting in a new gun, new red dot. There's cheaper ways to sight these red dots in without blasting turkey loads at the target. But I'm gonna show you my way. Cody's gonna shoot his gun.
What's up?
I think I finally converted him from the Longbeard XRs to the TSS this year. We'll see.
We'll see today.
He's been scared to shoot it, I think, but before we do this video, we have 0 sponsors, right?
None.
Absolutely none. So this is going to be 100% honest, non-biased opinions. You can see we got Federal. Here's a 12 gauge and 20 gauge, but we got Federal and Apex. I like both. It's hard to get a hold of Apex sometimes just because a little smaller manufacturer, but honestly, Federal, Apex, whatever you're shooting, that's what you're looking for. And there's a lot of people out there who aren't really about the TSS yet, but until you kill a turkey with it or pattern it, I guess you kind of keep your opinion. But this is going to be a non-biased opinion. Choke wise, you got Indian Creek, don't you?
Indian Creek 660 and 665, and then the Jellyhead 660.
And then I have, so this one is stock. This was what actually came with TriStar. I'm really not sure what the constriction is, but and this on my Mossberg is a Carlson's. And we got Carlson's on my other 20 gauge in the truck. So this is my opinion on, I guess, the easiest way, cheapest way to sight in a new red dot on your turkey gun. I used to come out here when I was high school, and actually I didn't really pattern a gun, but I was sighting something in. I'd come out here with turkey loads, blast them away. But then now, I kind of learned a little more cost-efficient way. So what we have is, got some 20 gauge bird shot, like 7.5. The thing about it is you got to get right next to it, because if you don't get close enough, then you don't really have a tight pattern to see exactly where the center of your pattern's hitting. So we're gonna go like, 8-10 yards up here, shoot at the bullseye, and kind of move it from there. So then we'll back up and pattern it when we get done.
Cool. What you think?
Good.
Good.
You shooting?
Ready?
Low?
A little low. I like that one. So we got it pretty much dialed in, at least you know, pretty close up there, about 8-10 yards. So now we backed up to 40, and we're gonna shoot the Longbeard XR first. Once again, we ain't knocking Longbeard XR Winchester for making these shells, but we're just giving you an honest opinion, and we have no sponsors, so we can give you an honest opinion. But we got number 5 Longbeard XR 3-inch, the number 9 3-inch Apex. So we're gonna give the XRs a run real quick at 40 yards and see if we can give you all a comparison. It's pretty zeroed right there.
Yeah.
Let's go check it out. Personally, I mean, I know a lot of people aim up here at the head or a little right below it. Personally, I missed a few birds in my day, so I kind of like to work it down a little bit, especially if you do have a bead, because sometimes if your excited bird comes in, you're not all the way down. But personally, I am about right in here. So as far as my centralized pattern, you can flip it over and see. I mean, that's pretty much, you know, the center of where I want my pattern to be. Can't give you an exact count. I mean, 20-30 pellets right here in the neck. So I mean, the bird's gonna die, it's a dead bird, but we're gonna shoot these Apex and kind of see if we can give y'all a little better pattern than this and show you why we shoot TSS. That's a dead turkey.
Yeah, that'll kill him. What choke was that, Carlson?
No, that was a stock choke that came with a TriStar. All right, so now we're gonna run, this is the Apex. Number 9s, again, Apex, Federal. I know there's some other companies that make this TSS. We like to support Apex, personally, being from Mississippi. Small company from Mississippi, so we try to support them. A lot of times they run out pretty quick with the, you know, it's kind of tough to keep up with the demand of it, especially this time, all this COVID crap going on. But we try to shoot as much as we can. We do have Federal too, but honestly, in my opinion, I think they pattern about the same, 12 gauge, 20 gauge, you know, whatever, as long as you got, you know, that TSS in there. I don't think it makes a whole lot of difference. I mean, that's a world of difference. You're talking
triple.
I mean, I can't give you an exact count, but it's a lot more than other ones.
Pick that one up just to see.
And then, so this is, you can look at them into the color. I mean, you can notice a difference there, but I like to flip it over too, and you can kind of, especially if you hold it up sometimes, you can kind of see the difference in them. I mean, don't get me wrong, this will kill, and if you're trying to stay within a budget, you know, by all means, you know, I'm not telling you not to shoot Longbeard XR, but I am telling you that 40 yards, same gun, same choke, you can tell the difference. It's, you know, night and day. But both will kill turkeys, but I'm gonna be toting that TSS folks show. And put another target up. We'll shoot let Cody shoot his 12 gauge now.
All right, so I've always shot these XRs, and they with the jelly head. That's the Primos jelly head. That's the 660. And these are the 3.5 inch, number 5, 2 1/8 ounce.
It's pretty nice.
It's pretty tight. No, with this shell, I mean, in this choke and this shell, I've killed them at 60 yards before. Let's walk down there and look at it. That's gonna kill him, and that's at 40 yards. That's quite a bit. We can look at the back of it. Kind of get a better idea. But that's good. Let's shoot the TSS, see what it does. All right, now we're gonna shoot the 3.5, 2.5 ounce 9 shots. So it's a little heavier, a little smaller shot size, and a lot more pellets. Well, it didn't break my jaw. So yeah.
He's now good.
That'll make him flop for sure.
I'm sure.
So it's about the same with the 20 gauge. It's double or triple the amount of pellets.
Turn
at
them around.
40 yards.
I think I shot enough.
Think we shot enough?
Yeah.
All right, one more shot.
Colt,
Cut.
what you say?
You having fun?
Yeah.
Hold on to that one, Colt, because we're going to compare these chokes in a second. We're going to shoot the Indian Creek one more time, because I might have pulled that one a touch. Sucker kicks like a mule. That's the choke.
Must
And he
be.
ripped something.
Shout out to Indian
And
Creek.
he ripped it.
It's shooting out of that choke, huh?
Yeah.
And he ripped the whole thing.
What you think? Just because it's not tight enough like the jellyhead? Because the jellyhead shot it way better.
Could be.
Because both of the Indian Creeks shot to the right.
Jellyhead it is.
Jellyhead it is. Primo's jellyhead.
This one's.
I mean, you don't need it much tighter. You're not shooting many turkeys past 40, 50 yards anyways. Yeah. Unless you're calling.
Y'all want to put it farther? Y'all stand there and put
All right,
that
Indian
farther?
Creek's fired. I'm good. Colt, you good?
Yeah.
Colt, what's up?
Good morning, everybody. It is the last day of Pennsylvania's spring turkey season. I'm joined this morning. That's Steve over there.
Morning.
And so I called Steve. He was down racing lawnmowers yesterday afternoon. I asked him if he wanted to come up here turkey hunting. And he said, yeah, he'd try it. He'd give it a shot. It's his first time. You got to loosen up, Steve. If you're going to be on camera, you're going to loosen up.
I know, this is going to be rough.
I'm kidding. Steve's the one that came in here yesterday afternoon and heard his turkey gobble 2 times. And then it was busted by some deer.
Busted by some deer.
It was about 7 o'clock, so I had about an hour and a half to do whatever turkeys do. Not quite as clammy and sticky as it has been, so hopefully...
Overcast.
Hopefully they will talk this morning and we can get in here and finish on a high note. So we ain't got far to go in here, but we're going to get in here and get situated and sit down and shut up. So you ready to rock and roll?
Yeah.
I'm following you.
Okay.
Not that far.
I don't know, there might be 2 here. There he is, you're hard gobbling.
Not bad at all. Huh?
No.
Need to get up like so, don't we?
Got a little grassy area there.
Just let that on him. Let's go. Got one goblin down here. He's got 3 or 4 times so far, so we're gonna make a move in on him, see what we can do. I think we got in here about as close as we can get because this is extremely open. I got him set up at least 40 or so yards out in front of me because it's extremely open in here, so this turkey could potentially hang up. straight to us, but he just flanked us at about 75 yards. Got all the way around us. Gobbling like crazy. It's kind of like he had his destination in mind, and it just happened to be 75 yards past us. Close but no cigar, huh?
He's doing everything but.
Yep. Did you ever lay eyes on him?
No.
Oh, really? He came by at about 75. I saw him walk right by.
You did?
Mm-hmm. I saw him walk by. He's about 75 yards. Got a couple glimpses of him going through there. Never strutted, never nothing, just gobbling.
Somewhere out here there's a little bit of a drop. Like 3 feet or so.
Hope he hadn't caught us moving. This stuff is so open. Goodness. There he went. Let's drop down and see how it goes down in elevation right here.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get low enough to where he can't see us and use it. It looks like a little bit more cover in there. Yeah. Let's do it. He's steady going away from us now. How am I going to turn this turkey right now? He's probably headed for those fields that we walked through coming in. You're so dang open in here, you can't move on them. I mean, this is like hunting a river swamp. Just wonder if there's enough cover for us to get up more on him, you know?
How much elevation rise? It's right in front of us.
Not much. Not much. It's going to be a game of inches whether he can see us or not.
He's going right.
Yep. We go up right here. It kind of scares me. I think we might need to stay on the low side, don't you?
Okay.
I mean, that joker can see a long ways through there. If we get in the wrong spot, ultimately, I think we need to try to get all the way around him because he's wanting to go this way.
Yeah.
He's in there, ain't he?
Yep. He's moving fast.
Yep. I think we're getting around him now. Where's gobbling kind of spontaneously. Not as much as a call. It's just gobbling. If we could ever get him to like start moving real fast again, I want to just cut up in there and shut up and see if we can get him to.
Yeah. He's wanting it.
Going way down and around. Just looking at topos, there's the slightest little elevation change. Kind of next down in front of where he is, and I'm trying to get us in front of this turkey. He seems like one of them turkeys that's, well, he seems like a late season Pennsylvania turkey. It may have heard a call or 3. Alright, where was that at? He just gobbled. I'm trying to get us around him so we can use this little bit of rolling elevation. I'm trying to get it so we can use that. But he just gobbled somewhere, and that wasn't that far. Come on, buddy, give us one right there. Yeah. Has he dropped down since our last one?
It's almost like he went back the other way. Just stopped. inch. We're going to inch down this ditch right here. But you be ready, because if he makes a break up this way, he's going to come right past us, and you're going to have to just, blast him. But I think we can sneak just inch by inch, because I think he's working his way up to here. And I think we need to use this ditch. Yeah. This is a nice little... Our ditch didn't go very far. No, it didn't. I'm surprised it went this far. He's coming up this way, I feel like, don't you? Yeah, I think he's going to pass to our right, I think.
Hopefully in shotgun range, you think?
You want me to get to that fern?
Yeah, see if you can get up to that berm right there.
Dang it.
Oh, you got him.
Got him?
Yeah. That was a different turkey that flew off.
I hope I got the strutter.
Oh. Man, I could hear him drumming. I was like, how has he not killed that turkey yet?
He was in strut. He wouldn't come out of strut.
Had 2 different turkeys with him, huh? Congratulations.
Thank you, man.
You got it.
These are the fun ones. Oh my gosh.
They can talk about calling and all that top stuff, but positioning. You know what I mean?
We earned that
was
one.
100% positioning and getting in the being able to read them maps and getting the right spot.
We earned that bird. Thank you, sir.
When did he pick up them other turkeys?
I have no idea, but he stood here.
I could hear him.
I had these little trees, and all I could see was his fan and that white head.
Yeah.
And there was one log there that I was afraid to shoot it.
Yeah, I kept seeing him shift, and I thought, man, how's he not killed that turkey yet?
He wouldn't come out of strut.
What did he have with him? Did you see the other turkey?
No.
You had no idea there was another turkey with him?
I only saw him.
Wow. Did you think you had missed him?
Yes.
I stood up real quick and I saw a big black turkey fly straight off.
I was sure that I missed him.
Then I heard another turkey putting over here, and I was like, crap. And then by that time I said, you got him?
No, man, that's a 2-year-old, and he worked us like that.
Oh man, he's been in here for a minute, which I mean, I don't know where he, when a turkey gets another turkey with it,
but
he had.
I expected him to come right down there along that ditch.
Golly.
Well,
last day. What's this?
This is one of my strikers. I make those. That's one I've been using this year.
Well, thank you.
Use it in Maine.
Sure will.
You earned that. My goodness. I never would have gotten this bird.
Oh man, that's fun. Them positioning turkeys.
No, you gotta love that chess match.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, look at that guy.
He's a wet rascal.
Yeah.
He got over on his back real quick and got to get in this wetness. Last day.
He's got a nice bird.
Heck of a daggone beard on him, don't he?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh man.
Thank you.
You got it, man. You got it. Well, Steve got him a turkey. And check this out. You see those wings? How awesome is that? I've seen pictures of it, but I've never touched one myself. They are like, I don't even know what you call that. I don't know if you're a smoker, Steve, but
no.
We're going to sit down and I'm going to have a cigar, and you can either watch me or you can join a cigar.
I got me a granola bar for Courtney, and I'm going to drink me a cup of coffee.
I hear you. Well, it is the last day of Pennsylvania spring turkey season, and I'm currently sitting under a turkey, which is, well, I'm sitting under a turkey and it's upside down, so that's...
Yes, it is.
I guess sitting under a turkey has a couple different meanings, and in this situation, in this application, is because we have tipped him over. PA's ending on a high note for you. What do you think?
I love it. And it's done for both of us.
Yep, it is. It is. So I considered jumping in the truck and heading somewheres yesterday after I killed that turkey, but it was done, 2 o'clock by the time I got back, 1:30, and I was like, we'll hang around here with the guys for tonight, and we had one more day of PA, and I'm not going to ride the bench. So Steve said he heard the turkey in here gobble 2 times yesterday evening. I said, let's go find him. We looked at a map, and we said we think he probably went this way. Figure he's somewhere around in here, and
we guessed it pretty close.
Pretty doggone close, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But Steve drinks coffee and eats granola bars, and
yep.
I'm going to smoke a cigar, because cigars are just kind of my thing.
And it
granola bars for Courtney, right?
Yeah, and granola bars or bacon or whatever you got. She'd much rather you pack a pound of bacon, but fine day for.
Couldn't ask for much more.
Couldn't ask for a much better day for the end of PA's turkey season. And I apologize for not getting the shot on film again, but like I said, this is the last opportunity for Steve to get a PA gobbler, and we had put ourselves what I felt like was in the right position. I got stuck in the bottom of the little ditch that we just wandered up on in the middle of the woods, which was our saving grace.
You need a picture of that ditch.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, this ditch could be good. All right, let me find a lighter and get this thing moving. That coffee, I bet's good, but there is nothing quite like the satisfaction of a cheap cigar.
Smoking and I don't get along. That's fine for you.
Oh, this is the only time I do it. I ain't picked up a cigarette since my high school days. I don't guess when I thought it was cool for about a week. It made me lightheaded, so I didn't do it very long. All the cool kids used to do it at high school though. I was trying so hard to be cool.
And I never made that.
Yeah, I eventually just gave up.
Never made being cool.
Locating turkeys. Now the fly down's over with. You got whipped, nothing happened, the turkeys went off a different direction. The hens let them off. So now you're moving, cutting and running, whatever you want to call it. Here's how everybody does it. You know, I prefer to do it on my tube call. Don't have it on my neck right now, but I got my own theory on that. But here's 99% of the hunters. They'll go to a spot, they'll blow that crow call. Then they'll do that owl call. And then they'll yep easy on a mouth yep or something. But at some point, they're going to end up with the loudest thing they got. To me, you're just kind of unwinding the rubber band. I always picture the gobbler moving around with those hens. He's hearing all those subtle sounds. He's hearing crows way off. And he's hearing hens cluck and purr and scratching the leaves and all that. And the term shock gobble means just that. I'm trying to make him shock gobble. That's why I come at him hard with that tube call. Pap, 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 pap. Shock him into gobbling. When I'm hunting with other people, they always do that. They go through their routine. Let me call first. Okay. And they go through that whole routine. Well, by the end of that, there's no need in me calling. They've kind of unwound that rubber band. So when I'm just in charge, if I'm taking somebody and I go to a spot, I'm going to try to get him to shock gobble with the loudest, sharpest thing I got first. Now, that may not be the rabbit hole you want to go down, but it's always worked for me.
I'm a running gun from the break of the sun. Gotta cut them off and get in front. I can't sit in a trance. I take the chance till I find one that wants to dance, son.
About time.
You inspired me. All right, well, it's the second weekend in Tennessee, and Taylor and I were back in the same spot where just 2 weeks before my daughter Paisley took her first long beard. And we got here to the blind this morning, and what we hear? There's a lot of gobbling, didn't we?
And we heard a woodpecker.
Yeah. And then it got real quiet, and we thought they was gone, didn't we? And all of a sudden, we were just talking about We didn't know if they was gonna come play or not, and all of a sudden one gobbled out of the hill in front of us, didn't it?
And it's so heavy I can't even hold it.
And we knew after her hunt we wanted to go back in there because we heard a bunch of other birds in there that morning. We get in there, we get set up, everything's perfect except for no birds. And so we're sitting there, we're calling, we're trying everything we got in the vest.
All right, so we were super stoked back up here this morning. The camera's been lighting up. We had 4 or 5 different strutters all in here yesterday morning. And it's almost 8 o'clock and we ain't even heard them gobble. We think we might have heard one, but it's about 4 counties away, it sounded like, so. But we know they're in here, so all we can do is and wait.
And never heard a peep. And when we actually start talking about leaving, I glance out the corner of the blind and I see a long bear with a couple hens not 10 feet from the blind going straight toward the decoys. So he works into the decoys, he's working, we're getting a little bit of footage, getting ready to try to take the shot, and we see something out of the corner of our eye and these deer just start funneling in. And there ends up being 6 or 8 deer come in there. They literally like line up behind him, make like a half circle, so no matter which way he went, we didn't have a shot at him. So we sit there enjoying the scenery. It was picturesque, it was just beautiful to watch. He's 10, 12 yards in front of us, a full strut.
Just be looking behind him and stuff, see you can shoot him if you get to the right of that jet decoy.
Finally, after what seemed like forever, the deer see something they don't like, they walk off, and he's standing there right in front of me at 10 or 12 yards, and I miss him somehow.
Right there. Yep. Oh, got him. I wasn't on him either. Oh.
Choked on the first one, missed at 15, but hit him at 30, I guess. But at least he's a goer.
You know, Mark and Taylor, they were set up in a ground blind in an area where they knew there were turkeys. I mean, they had heard turkeys, I think, the day before this hunt. And they go in there, set up this morning, and there's not a peep. I mean, these turkeys aren't saying a word. Sometimes turkey hunting gets tough like that. But every once in a while, things just work out for the good. And you sat there and we watched this hunt, and we watched it unfold, and we watched Taylor and Mark sit there and be patient. Well, it wasn't long, and they could hear a turkey spitting and drumming right outside the ground blind. Sometimes God works the exact same way. It's those still small voice that he talks to you in. It may not be that audible gobble that you might hear, but it just happens that way. Sometimes when you're in your worst spot in life, when you think nothing's going right, when you think there's no turkey anywhere in the woods, so to speak, God pops up in that still small voice, just like he did in the book of Kings to Elijah, and he tells you exactly what you need to hear. Depend on him, love on him, and he'll always be there for you.
My bad. No, you good. What's your favorite day out of the year?
Probably open day of turkey season.
So welcome to the fire.
And that jab's bottom land from head to toe. I killed one this morning. That's good.
What are we walking? 13 miles a day?
Yeah, it did some walking.
It was less than 10 minutes and he was flopping right here.
I've been waiting for this moment, the final battle of the chosen.
Including laptop computers under the seat in front of you or in an overhead compartment. Secure smaller handheld devices in your hand or seat pocket. The devices must remain in airplane mode until after we land. Any items you wish to discard will be collected now. We will be landing soon.
Spending time with Tom. Getting my heart rate up when one walks in front of me. I mean, just the thrill of it all. Let's go! Let's go, baby! So, the start of the weekend, Tom came and picked me up, and then we rode around a little while, and then went and picked Mr. Hunter up from the airport.
What are you doing?
Oh my God.
Hey, take your darn mask off. Take it off, son. You ain't got to wear one in Georgia.
Came home, ate some supper, and then got a good night's sleep, and then hoping for a good day the next day. Y'all both have $10 on it. You got $10 and you got $10.
I'll buy you breakfast in the morning if you kill before 9.
Deal.
If you miss, though, you buying us breakfast.
I'll buy y'all breakfast for the rest of your life if I miss it. And the next day we hunted really hard. Like, we walked about 7 miles. Dear Heavenly Father, I pray that you bless us this morning as we go out and kill one of your greatest animals that you've ever made. And Lord, I want to pray that you don't let us kill one if we don't need to. Let it be your will. And Lord, we love you and thanks for all our many blessings. Amen.
Amen.
It's a pretty open spot right here. Yeah, it's pretty in here. Yeah, we just going to find.
We should set up on the road and have a call. We could set up on the road and have a call. and all of the turkeys was just henned up and flocked up, and it was still pretty early. So we just hunted really hard and really didn't even get close to one.
Paintball.
It ain't fresh, but it'll do. Maybe we'll have some fresh tomorrow. Oh! While we do it right here. Sure we should kill one so we could eat some more.
You call me one up and I'll kill it.
Sure. I might have to call you one up. I'm retiring after today.
So the next morning we woke up.
Hey, there he is. There he is. Hey, you better put your couple of them old moon pies in your vest in case you get hungry.
How's it feel?
It was good.
How's it feel to get to go a whole week before we do? You sleep any last night?
Yeah. I woke up at 3 and fell back asleep.
What was you thinking about?
I know what he was thinking about.
What?
You know.
No, I don't. I think I might know what you're thinking about.
Better been thinking about old 20-pound gobby.
That's not 100 thing.
Oh, longbird.
He's thinking about his lady friend.
So we woke up the next morning, we were dragging, we were tired from walking about 7 miles and hunting really hard. So we actually went behind my house and we knew there was a bunch of turkeys back there because I've been seeing them out of my backyard and Tom's been seeing them.
Grant picked his spots. Oh my gosh, it was like 50 turkeys out yesterday. Once we leave, that's when they're going to show up.
And so we went back there, we set up, and we started calling. So I saw my corner of my eye, and I was the first one to see it, and I said, Tom, there's a full strut turkey walking our way. And we were all looking towards the road because that's where we thought he might come out at. So, but he came out, he had cut through and came out the woods, and I saw him on the other side, and Tom couldn't even find him, and then finally came straight up, didn't even stop, just came straight to where we were.
Yes, sir. Go, Greedy. Get up, go, boy.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. I shot, and then I saw him start flopping on the ground, and that's when I was like, I had killed a dinosaur.
Don't let it whoop.
Honestly, we were just blessed to have a really good hunt, and I always look forward to this weekend. He's still shaking. He was more nervous than I was. Hanging out with Hunter and Tom. It's been a great weekend.
It's so windy. Let's hit it hard. There he is. Just help me out. Let's get up. You want to get in front of this little cedar?
I don't see him. Let's see if we can work in front of these little cedars and get sat down.
He's just over that hill. Let's go. This is gonna have to work right here. Yeah. He's not far at all. All right, I'll get right next to him. He's coming. He sounds like he's coming. Keep hitting. Keep hitting. He's just over that hill. Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. There he is. Just to the left of that little cedar. See his head. I think he's gonna walk right past us, right down here in front of us.
See if we can get him at 30 yards and then take him. Here we go.
Nice. Man, look at this. Daggum, what a wild morning. Look at those colors. All that iridescent stuff and the glow. All those real pretty bird. Man, he came straight down this thing.
He came on a beeline right at us.
Golly, look at that. Man, he's gonna look good. Look at that green and the blue right there.
I mean, he's almost got orange in here.
Yep, sure does. Tell you what, these Rios, it's hard to beat them when you've been hung up on Easterns for all season with no luck.
Come to Oklahoma and get it done.
Getting fired up, getting it done. Man, this place is incredible. That walk right there was worth it. Let's go get something to eat.
Chuck ain't far.
I'm starving, let's go.
Sometimes I wonder about my never-ending hunger for chasing thunder.
Rope-a-dope right there, son. Look at that thing, boy.
First morning in Indiana, we found a bird.
Running down from the jet.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Spur Brands Changing Seasons. I'm Mike Chambliss and I'm gonna be on my own farm in Indiana. I got a stubborn bird that won't come in, but he finally makes his way. Hope y'all enjoy. Morning everybody. We're at Nine Ridges Farm, which is our personal farm, and sitting in my truck getting ready for daylight. A few more minutes and I have to leave, but trying to get on this bird that we've been after for a couple of years. And dominant bird. He's been he roosts by himself, he gobbles a few times, and he usually flies down and goes the other way. But last night I got him set up on a ridge and watched him fly up, and I'd called to him a few times. So if I set up on this food plot with one decoy, maybe I can get, lucky and get him to come my way. Usually, like I said, he usually flies and goes the other way, but my luck ain't been good this year here in Indiana. We had a great year so far, but I'm drawing a blank here at my house. So anyway, we're gonna go down there, set up, and see what happens. And I'll see y'all at daylight. Good luck.
Yes. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh my. I've been working these birds for like a week and they keep flying down, going that way. Sometimes they go this way. I knew if I could get to this green field. This morning I got here dark. I mean, I just got in here and set the decoy up. And honestly, I was in the wrong spot. I should have been over here more on this end. They were roosted. I didn't know where they were roosted at, but some were roosted right up here on this hill. Some were roosted over here on this hill. And next thing I know, I hear a drumming. I just hear a spitting and drumming. And I'm assuming he was right up on top of this hill. But I walked in up here. I came down around when I heard the owl hooted, got this one over here to gobble. And, I'm real proud, man. I'm proud of this bird. Look at the paintbrush on that thing. Oh my goodness. Hey man, it's Mike.
Hey, what's happening?
What's going on, brother?
Just happy Friday.
Oh man, I just killed a bird about 60 yards across the food plot with your TSS's.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
It wouldn't come quite to the decoys. Yeah, 60 yards. I mean, I'm telling you, I'll send you the picture and you'll see the decoy and the bird where I had to go across the food plot to make the interview and get my bird. And I just want to thank you so much for what y'all have done. TSS shot is just amazing. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, Mike. That's what it's all about, is getting these phone calls.
Be sure to tune in next week as we got the boys of Ironton, Ohio and Mike's Archery. Hope y'all enjoy.
So I love spring turkey hunting, but one thing that I always have to do is get my scouting in. And so we had scouted these birds. I had marked the roosts on the hunt stand. So I'd pulled up the map. I knew I had birds scouted to my south of the blind as well as to the north of the blind. There's no substitute for scouting and knowing what those birds are going to do. The problem is they didn't do what I expected them to do.
We're out here scouting for youth season, and we definitely have a group of birds right behind us. And we hope that there's also a group of birds right here. If we can set up here and have birds to our left, birds to our right, give us a lot better odds.
So we're set up in this burned CRP field, and sometimes a burned CRP field is exactly what you need when you're turkey hunting. Those turkeys move out into that field throughout the day. They're picking for bugs. It can be a smorgasbord out there for them as far as foraging goes. And so where the hens will go, the toms will follow, and that's what we were hoping for.
This is Natalie's third turkey season. Got the iPad. It's a cold morning. Scouted these birds.
yesterday morning and the day before, and we had a good number of birds kind of in all directions. Now it was a lot warmer. Big cold front came through, so the birds aren't talking quite as much as they were yesterday morning.
So Natalie and I weren't able to capitalize on that farm, but Natalie had to go back to school, and the first season shotgun was opening up. So I was gonna get after the turkeys with my Thompson Center, and I was learning as we go. I was able to figure out that the birds were actually moving down into a cattle pasture instead of out into the burned CRP. So I made a quick move, packed up my blind, and got in a different location. I just talked to the landowners, and they said that they've been seeing these birds on the north side of this property in this cow pasture, and they see them there pretty regularly. So what my plan is I'm going to take the blind, instead of I pulled it this morning, so instead of leaving it where it was, I'm going to take it and I'm going to set it up right down there in that cow pasture where they told me. And you know, most recent information, MRI, most recent information tells me that those birds like to go to that area, and it's a frequent event. And so I'm going to move my blind there, and hopefully tomorrow morning those birds come to us. All right, well, we're all set for tomorrow morning. Because this is fairly close to the roost, I'm not going to hunt tonight because I don't want to mess it up for the morning, and I really think we got a good shot here. So I'll be back in the morning. Got the blind set up, perfect little green spot, tucked away in the middle of a section. So these are 1 mile sections out here, so really I'm dead center in the middle of it. If they're there again tomorrow morning, we should be in luck. So it's first season in Iowa, and I'm self-filming because the rest of the team is busy hunting, and that's okay. I'm pretty comfortable being in a blind, and using a gun makes it one of the more easier jobs to self-film. So the next morning after setting up the blind, the birds were right where I wanted them. It took them a little longer to make their way into range. Had to work them a little bit. They hung out with the hens and that kind of stuff, but pretty soon I had a gobbler working his way right into my decoy setup. Soon I caught movement through the woods, and I saw a lone gobbler on his way into my decoy setup. Now I had heard other birds gobbling, so I knew that there was a group of birds, but at least there was this one making his way in. How about that? He was the first one in. There's at least 2 or 3 other gobblers. I think you heard him gobble just before I shot. And he was making his way in. Oh, what a morning. It is freezing cold. It's about 9 o'clock. And I knew that this spot, based on all the knowledge that I got, that number one thing, guys and gals, basically, knowing where the turkeys want to go is one of the biggest advantages that you can have. Biggest advantages. Well, after I shot my bird, I was gathering up my things, and while I was doing that, 4 more birds made their way into my decoy setup, and did they put on a show. They gobbled their heads off, and I kind of had a little fun with it. You know, I only had the one tag, and just me being by myself, so I just kind of had a little fun with them, and they put on a great show.
What an awesome first season Iowa turkey. It doesn't get any better than that. They gobbled quite a bit on the roost, and it took until about 9 o'clock for them to get to me. But I knew that they'd be coming through this area. And not only was there one, but there was a total of 5. This one came in first, I shot him, and then the other 4 came in afterwards. What an amazing hunt.
After I filled my tag, I wanted to get Natalie back out again to fill her youth tag. And the nice thing about it was the second season it warmed up considerably from what it had been during the youth season. So we got back out, got after the birds. We hunted a couple of days on a different farm, and eventually we figured out and got those birds to work in. Unfortunately, they came in from behind us, not exactly the way that we wanted them to. And as they worked to the decoys, they caught some movement maybe out of the blind or something, but the lead gobbler ended up turning back. And so because of that, we ended up needing to scramble to be able to get her a shot out of the side of the blind instead of out of the front of the blind. And so I turned the camera kind of in the direction that I thought that we might be able to get the birds on film and get the kill shot on film. Unfortunately, all I did was got the blind, the side of the blind. So, but she was able to make a great shot on a fantastic bird. After Natalie killed her bird, I got back after it, trying to fill my last tag here in Iowa, and I wanted to fill it with my expedition bow. And so I spent a lot of time trying to get those birds fired back up, and just didn't work out. The rest of the team, though, had a fantastic year, and we've got a lot of hunts coming here in the next few weeks. What do we like to do with this?
Put some feathers in it, and I'll keep it with my collection in my room.
Yeah. So I started this when I was a kid, and I shot my first turkey. I take a few feathers from that bird, and I put them inside of this shell. And Natalie has 2 of these at home.
Sitting on a little wooden shelf on my wall.
Yep, a little wooden shelf on her wall. Her last turkey is also a full strut mount, but that's because it was a giant bird. But what else did you just tell me you like about it?
The smell.
Yeah, she likes the smell. So we're gonna go check out her bird. Should be a nice big gobbler. 3 of them came in, and Natalie put the slam on, well, hopefully the biggest one, right? All right, let's go check it out.
You know, here at Mossy Oak, our passion for turkey hunting has been in our blood for a long, long time. And that deep-seated passion watered the roots for our very first camouflage over 30 years ago. And that passion is still growing today with our National Wild Turkey Federation obsession pattern, which in our opinion is as close as you can get to disappearing in the spring woods. Mossy Oak Obsession, the official camouflage of the National Wild Turkey Federation.
All right. How much stuff does one guy need to kill turkeys? Spring is here. Well, it was in Missouri when we left, but it's not as springy up here in Nebraska. But 53 degrees. It could be worse. We've been in worse situations up here, that's for sure. But regardless, we're gonna be chasing turkeys in the morning. The weather's supposed to be good. We kind of waited. The season opened last Wednesday. We waited to wait for the weather to kind of get a little better. It was wet and rainy, so should be much better the next few days. It's always fun getting up here, kicking off season up here in Nebraska. Finally set up. It was a little bit of a fiasco trying to get in here. We didn't know what to expect. Our first time hunting this property, and so like the creek runs down through there and we could hear the birds roosting on the creek, but it drops off. We had to find somewhere with some cover, so we ended up coming up on the hill. They all flew down right here, a few hundred yards away, and they're working to the west. Big flock, several gobblers. Some of them split off, but they're all kind of just establishing the pecking order. So, well, we knew we likely weren't going to have a shot here, but we at least wanted to sit down and see what happened, see what they did. Once they break up, we'll be able to make a move on them. I don't know what happened to those birds. They must have fed over the rise there. We had some to our south goblin, but they never showed up, so we're gonna move down here and try to see if we can set up a blind a little closer to the roost where we can hunt tonight or tomorrow morning, where we can be a little more in the game than 400 or 500 yards like we are today. I walked right next to that thing. That's a good buck.
Early season turkey hunting always seems to have its challenges. Whether we're dealing with flocked up birds or less than ideal weather conditions, it seems that sometimes you just have to be in the right place at the right time.
We decided to come back to the blind we built earlier for the afternoon hunt. The rain moved through to the west, missed us, so we circled around on these birds. We're just right across from where they roosted, so we've been hearing them gobble, and they're kind of heading this direction. We're gonna wait them out, see what happens. Right to the left, 4 gobblers. Oh, they're coming quick too. strutter in the front, Joel. He's going down. He's down. Yes. That was awesome. That happened quick. We haven't even been here very long. We got here, I don't know, probably 20 minutes ago, and happened to see a gobbler on the far hillside strutting, and then these ones came to the tall grass just right through here. It came in perfect. They wouldn't finish all the way to the decoy, but it's windy enough. I was able to draw when they kind of turned away. The other three hung around a little bit, but didn't give Joey an opportunity. I called him. You could barely hear him, and then all of a sudden, boom, they popped up right there. They gobbled again. I think it was to our right, isn't it? All right, Joey, you can shoot first if you want, and I'll back you up. Oh, they're running, Joel. Shoot the hopper. Go ahead, Joey. Yeah, just go nice and easy. Yeah, the strutter. Oh, shh, Joey, go. Joey, go. Which one, Mike? Which one? I'm not gonna. Hang on. Which one? The right one. Do the one in the middle. Do the one in the middle. Go ahead. I'm not gonna shoot him. Let him come. I don't know if I can get him without blocking you. Maybe the right one. Can you get the right one, Joey? Joel? Yeah. Triple. What a shot. That was awesome. Oh my gosh. We just tripled in like 5 minutes. That was insane. Here, run over. Oh, that was incredible, buddy. Look at that. I've never tripled before. We must have had a pretty decent blind. Oh, that was so awesome. It's amazing how things can change. Pretty big birds. This one's a big one. They're kind of, Cody was saying they have hybrids, you know, some Rios and Merriams both. But that was so cool. We ended up setting up right here. The birds roosted in the trees right here behind us this morning, so we knew they were wanting to come back to this area. And we saw them on the north end of the farm, so we came around from the south side. Got in position, we're like, well, you know, let's give it a shot, sit, and call and wait, and sure enough, it paid off. That's unbelievable to pull off with a bow.
Too.
Yeah. That'll be one for the books, man.
Didn't style.
We filled every tag we had. We can get more, but oh man, that is awesome. Should have some sweet reconnaissance video too.
Oh yeah.
It's no secret that early archery season in Nebraska has been a grind these past few years. So to have this hunt come together like it did was extremely rewarding. Not one, not two, but 3 gobblers with a bow on the same hunt is pretty tough to beat. Huge thanks to the guys at Heartland Pride Outfitters for letting us crash their Turkey Creek camp. I'm already looking forward to our next adventure.
Steak night tonight, boys. Time to celebrate.
Got a better knife for a steak.
I want to look here. I got your back. Don't
No,
worry.
that's
Here,
perfect.
Let me help you.
Look, that's a good one.
What we have here is a flat tar. Those are limited edition.
Those are nice.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's version of Mossy Oak's Turkey Season Live. You got to remember, cool thing, it's always free, but it's always the best content. It's always on Mondays. Where else you going to get that? Right here, Mossy Oak Go. See you next week.